Hey, what is up, guys? Oh, wait, no, I gotta do the... I haven't done this in so long, I completely forgot that I had to do the thing. Am I in shot? I don't think I'm in shot here. Hey, what is up, guys? It is me, Icy Movies, back with a brand new video, and I haven't done one of these in so long. I'm very excited to come back. People don't really watch these videos, it's just a guy talking, and who would want to, make a YouTube channel and watch videos on a guy who just talks about movies the whole time? Horrible idea! Anyway, so, I just thought this would be kind of fun, because I really like the series of Dragon Ball, so I'm going to rank and also review. First I'm going to review, then I'm going to rank all of the Dragon Ball movies, and I'm going to do 19. So I'm not going to review the Path to Power, which is like a rehash of the original series. I'm not going to review History of Trunks, the Bardock stuff.
I will change the future! I will not let it happen! My son. Goodbye. My son.
Though I love Bardock, I'm not going to review Dragon Ball Evolution. I know that's everybody's favorite Dragon Ball movie. I'm so sorry, but I'm just not going to spend $20 on it. It's not worth spending $20 on. Oh my god! I wouldn't even spend $5 on it, I swear to god. Because this was a very expensive movie series. More expensive than I thought it would be. So if you guys could actually watch this video, not get it 10 views, get as many views as my stupid Santa Baby video that I hate so much. Please get it that many views, because I'm putting time and effort and a lot of money. I think I spent well over $100 on this series. It was $40 for all the Super movies, and then it was another $80 for all of the Z movies, and then it's just I use my Funimation subscription for the regular OG movies. Okay, this intro is really long, so I'm gonna start with the first Dragon Ball movie in the whole series, and that is Dragon Ball Curse of the Blood Rubies. So Dragon Ball Curse of the Blood Rubies is a mix of two stories. First, I'm going to give context about the series, because unlike the Dragon Ball Z and Super movies, this is a whole separate canon from the main series. So instead of just being one-off films, it's all of, it's this entire series. It's a trilogy, the first three movies. For example, you need to watch Blood Rubies to understand the sequel, which is Devil's Castle, because it's a direct sequel. Instead of I need to watch, I don't know, what's a Dragon Ball Z movie? Lord Slug? I don't need to watch Lord Slug to get Cooler's Revenge? I don't know. I don't know. That's it. Now, the first plot out of the two plots in this movie is, of course, the Blood Rubies, which is the name of the movie. So there are these really valuable gems, and they're being extracted by the army of King Gurumes? Is that how you say it? I don't know. That's how I said it in the dub. I watched dubbed. He's this gross-looking guy. He looks like someone from those Jack Stuber claymation things. He's like a little meat boy, dough boy. He's really gross. But he just got really hungry. And he's like, I think I'm going to eat a blood ruby. And he eats it. And then he gets bigger and stronger and more powerful, so he's going to eat more. But then he gets so tired, so he's like, I'm gonna eat more blood rubies. I'm gonna put these blood rubies in my food, and I'm gonna eat them. I'm gonna make the best cuisine of all time. That's the actual villain plot. he gets really hungry, he gets bored of his normal food, so he starts eating blood rubies because he thinks they'll taste very good. So he wants the Dragon Balls. I don't know. I think he wanted them to get food, to not be bored of the food he already has. I don't know. I thought it was like for blood rubies, but that's like the main conflict of the story. He's going to the towns and villages and farmers, and he's just extracting the blood rubies and destroying the town, and people don't like that. The farmers, they're really upset because they're like, how are we gonna make food for you? And he's like, I don't need food, I got the blood rubies. I don't think that's how he talks, I forgot. So now he's gonna destroy villages in order to steal the stones, and he's gonna make all this delicious food. And if you don't watch Dragon Ball, it sounds really stupid, but in the grand scheme of things, this is actually a really cool villain. He's intimidating. He puts up an actual conflict because it's not like, oh, I'm just gonna kill you, because we know, oh, Goku's not gonna die, or even if he does die, wish him back with the Dragon Balls. It's not really that big of a deal if it's just like that, but he's like actually putting up an actual conflict, because if he keeps, digging up all this stuff, he will not only just become a more corrupt king because he is the king of the village, but the farmers won't get to grow their crops, and then people go hungry. So, sucks to be them. Anyway, on to the next plotline, which is the one that I did not like, and it's sort of like an origin story. So, as I said, these movies are a different retelling of the original story, but it's just like set in a different dimension. I don't know, that's what Toriyama said, that's just his word. It's a different dimension of the Dragon Ball movies. So in this one, it's the Blood Ruby plot just brings everybody together. It's the reason Goku and Bulma meet, and Oolong and Yamcha and Puar. So those are the main ones in this movie that are from the series. There's no like Krillin or anyone. Oh, Roshi, he's in it for like a couple minutes. He's not important at all. Now, I sort of did enjoy how some of them met, especially Yamcha. So Yamcha's my favorite Dragon Ball character. I know that's kind of weird, but he's hilarious in the original series. I love the Wolfang Fist. He's so fun and charismatic and full of energy, and he gets a bunch of girls, so I'm really jealous of him. Even if it was unnecessary, to make this origin story plotline, I still really enjoyed how they did some of it. Bulma's was just a retelling of Bulma's. Oolong's was lame, but Yamcha, he did the thing where he runs at him with the Wolfang Fist, but then he kicks him first.
Wolfang Fist!
I'm hungry.
I thought that was really funny. I always love that. So I wish they didn't do that, and instead they just all went on the Blood Ruby adventure. It would have been so much more fun for me because it would have focused more on the Blood Rubies. But I'm sure they need to stretch out time. It's still only 50 minutes, and the origin story does take up a lot of the story, so it probably just would have been a whole lot of nothing without it. That would be a little lame. I don't know. That might be the reason. Now, about the action. So you can't really have a good Dragon Ball movie without action, right? Wrong! You're wrong, and you're stupid, and you're also wrong. So the Dragon Ball movies and the Dragon Ball series, the original Dragon Ball series, is more of a comedy series than it is an action series like Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super is. So there's not many super cool fights in the show. There are really good fights, but it's not like a lot of the episodes focus around fighting a big villain, and there's small fights every few episodes. It's a lot of comedic moments. It's a lot of Goku gets shot, or Goku messes around with Mercenary Tao or something. It's something funny. So there weren't really good fights in the movie. I'd say only two stuck out to me, really, and that was at the Kame House when Goku did his Kamehameha after just learning it. Roshi was like, it takes 50 years to learn the Kamehameha, and then Goku does it, and it was cool, but it was followed up by a funnier joke than, cool action sequence, and that was Roshi's 50 years, give or take. I can't do a Roshi impression, I cannot. Oh, and then also when Goku did his Kamehameha on King Gurumes. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I've said too many Gururu, like Garurumon from Digimon. That's probably what I'm thinking of when I read it. Gurumes. Like gourmet, I read on the wiki, like gourmet. Gurumes. Gourmet. Maybe you don't say the S, maybe it's like gourmet. Oh! I get it. It's pretty good. Like, those are all food puns. Anyway, so King Gourmet. So then other than that, it was really humor heavy. And I wouldn't say that's a bad thing, since, you know, I did find it funny. Now, about the lesson in this movie. So, the more blood rubies that the king got, the more evil he would become. You know, your basic king gets corrupt thing. So, the blood rubies are kind of like a metaphor for power and greed. Or maybe that's literal, because he's actually getting more powerful and greedy. I don't think that's that's a literal thing. He's literally getting more powerful and greedy. I don't know, I'm just stupid. So, it did make him more powerful, but anyway, I like the lesson, you know, that too much power, too much greed can really make you corrupt, and I think that's something, you know, everybody needs to learn, and I just wish other movies in the trilogy had that lesson, because I don't think any other one did. I can't recall if there was a lesson in the second one. Don't be a vampire, I don't know. The third one had a basic lesson, you know, be a nice person. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because that's mostly what Dragon Ball is, just don't be an asshole and you're fine. But I really like how this one had like a little bit of a deeper lesson. I thought that was nice. So in all, I found this movie pretty average. I got a few laughs, it wasn't boring, but I just wish they focused more on the blood rubies. Because, you know, the end, it just felt a little underwhelming. Because, some little girl, I think her name was Pansy, and I was like, is that a good name to name your character? So I was like, and then she, like, wished for the town to be, back to normal, which was kind of cool. That was nice. But then King Gourmet, okay, that's how you say it, Gourmet, he came out, and then he's like, what's this, an apple? And then he ate it, and he's like, good apple. And then the farmer from the beginning of the movie, he came in, and he's like, yes, that's an apple. Maybe if you didn't destroy our town, you would have more of those apples, and you wouldn't be so hungry. And you got all mad about it. Dude, calm down. But, you know, I like that. So, it was nice, but it's not like, you know, it's not like this big, nice ending that I wanted. But, you know, it's cute, it's mystical, it's nice. So, you know, I just wish we saw more of the, like, corrupt government instead of just one corrupt king. We did see two, I won't call them corrupt, I guess they're just bad guys. It was like Pasta and whatever her big man's name is. They shot at Goku a lot, Bulma, whatever. It was really lame. I don't even know what happened to them. I think one of them got, like, squished to death and died. So I didn't see that coming. But that was cool. That was, like, you know, they took a little bit of risk. So, awesome. I'm really glad we got to see the king become more powerful and corrupt. So, I kind of enjoyed that part. But, you know, it could have been much better without the origin story taking up most of the movie. Could have been better without, you know, those two people shooting at Goku all the time. It was really lame and they didn't pose a threat. But, you know, overall, it really did capture the mystical feeling that Dragon Ball gives off, the original one at least. But I really like the feeling, the mystical feeling that you get from watching the original Dragon Ball series. It doesn't have to focus, you know, entirely on fights. It can just be, you know, just really nice. Oh, you know, that's cute, it's nice, it's comedic, it's, you know, funny, it's just so fun to watch. It's not just, you know, you need fighting, and, okay, I'm not trying to diss Dragon Ball Z. I adore Dragon Ball Z, I love it. Dragon Ball is probably my second favorite anime ever. It's so good, it's like, mwah, but, I don't know. I mean, I like the feeling that the original Dragon Ball gives off more. and this movie really captured that. So I'm just really hoping that the Dragon Ball Z movies capture the Dragon Ball Z feeling, because I also love the Dragon Ball Z feeling. It just gives off this vibe. I don't know how to describe it, but it gives off a vibe. Pretty average. It's like a 3 out of 5, I don't know. So on to the second movie, which is... Okay, so as I'm recording this very review, I have not seen any Dragon Ball Z movies. I've only seen the 3 ones from Dragon Ball Super and these ones that I'm reviewing today. So I can say confidently that so far, this is the worst Dragon Ball movie out of the 6 I've seen. This is the worst one out of the 6 I've seen. But it's like 2 out of 5. It's not like awful. It's just kind of boring. But we'll talk about that. So this one is Dragon Ball Sleeping Princess in Devil's Castle. Is that the name? That's a really long name. Yeah, Sleeping Princess in Devil's Castle. So this is the worst Dragon Ball movie, and so far. But I hear Z has some worse movies. I hear Bio Broly's really bad because apparently Goku's not even in it. That sounds awful. But we'll find out, won't we? So if you don't know, Sleeping Princess in Devil's Castle, it's a direct follow-up to the first movie, and again has 2 stories. Thankfully, this one is a little more quick. It just introduces Krillin in a similar sort of way, but he's more mean in this movie. I don't like Krillin in this movie. He's like... But then it just goes right into the original plot. So this one is about Goku and Krillin, and they're sent on a mission by Master Roshi to rescue a princess caught under a spell by Lucifer, and he's this demon vampire. He's probably the lamest Dragon Ball villain ever. At least Babidi, he's lame, cool. But at least he made Majin Buu, or did he resurrect him? I don't know. He's the reason Majin Buu's in the series. That's awesome. Gotta give him a little credit for that. So, I'm gonna give him a little bit of credit. This one, nothing. He's so lame. He's so boring. At least, the king from the last movie was, a little threatening to the entire world instead of just these characters. So, yeah, I don't like Lucifer. We'll get into that a little more. But, whoever gets the princess back to the Kame house gets to be trained by Master Roshi. So it's like a race. Goku and Krillin have to race to see who can get the princess saved first. Now, that actually seems like a pretty cool plot. I enjoyed the concept of it, but it just wasn't, in terms of execution, it wasn't very mystical, wasn't very fun, or it didn't feel like anything that the first movie was. It was just dull. It was really dull. It wasn't funny. I didn't laugh at all. There weren't any moments in this film that were memorable, nothing particularly funny. It was just there. It was a little inoffensive. It was just meh. I want to stretch this second review out because, I'm almost done. I'm literally in the last paragraph of the review, and I'm 3.5 minutes into this little segment, so that sucks. But it was just dull. It was lame. If you want to watch all the trilogy movies, you won't be hurt or lame watching it. But I can't say for sure that you'll enjoy it. And if you want to be I want to watch a Dragon Ball movie today, you're not gonna pick this one. I hope you don't pick this one. It's lame. It's boring. It's yawn. So yeah. Don't watch it, I guess. I don't know. Unless you're trying to watch all the Dragon Ball movies like I did. Then, yeah, sure, watch it. It's not too bad. On to the last movie in the trilogy, which is my favorite one, which is... Now for the last movie in the trilogy, which is Mystical Adventure. So I really like this one. It's easily my favorite in the original series. So first off, it doesn't feel like a quick rehash of the original series because things were very dramatically changed and there was only one plot. So in this one, which is Chaozu, I don't know if you know Chaozu, he's not in the show that much. He's a little little white dude from Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and he's the one who blew up with Nappa, but it did absolutely nothing. So cool. Thanks, Chaozu. You're the weakest Z fighter. I still love Chaozu though. He's great. He's funny. He's sweet. He's cute. He's adorable. But he looks weird without his hat, and he's got that one strand of hair. It's like. But Chaozu is the Emperor, which is quite a surprise, and that makes Tien the bodyguard. And then there's General Blue, Mercenary Tao. He works for Emperor Chaozu. I'm not gonna get over that. And then there's also Master Shen, who is Tien and Chaozu's teacher, but he like works in royalty under Chaozu. So he's like, so Chaozu is missing his wife. So Emperor Chaozu is missing his wife. So Master Shen is like, I have an idea. Why don't we get the Dragon Balls? But really, Master Shen wants to get the Dragon Balls to wish Emperor Chaozu out of power. What a not cool move, dude. That's not very fresh. So I think Master Shen it sucks. So he sends out Mercenary Tao to get all the Dragon Balls. He gets most of the Dragon Balls, except for one. And that is held by some guy named, I wrote it down, give me a second. Bora. Bora is that big, bulky Native American dude from the original series, and I think he was in Z, in the Vegeta arc. I'm not sure, but he was in it, so Shen sends Mercenary Tao to kill him and Goku. Because Goku helped Bora keep the Dragon Ball. This movie rocked. It was over the top, it was fun, it was stupid, and it's right up the alley for the original Dragon Ball series. Especially the action scenes. Oh my god, these are some of the most memorable Dragon Ball fights like ever. I'm going to remember this kind of stuff for a long time. The action scenes were just really funny to me, but in the best way possible, because they were so entertaining and over the top. Especially pretty much every scene with Tao. Like, I think the first time we saw Mercenary Tao, it was when General Blue came in the door and he said something rude, and then Mercenary Tao used his tongue to impale General Blue right in the head and killed him. A couple minutes in, it was so crazy. And I did not see it coming, and that's when I knew, yup, I'm hooked on this movie. I'm dead hooked on this movie. That was so cool. So I was really glad General Tao, or Mercenary Tao, I think he's General Tao in the movie, but he's Mercenary Tao in the show, so I'm just gonna say Tao. I think Tao was a really good addition to the movie series, and I'm really glad they gave him a bunch of screen time in this one. Like, he wasn't even a cyborg yet. Like, in Z, he's a cyborg, but he was not a cyborg. He's just that awesome. I did not like him more than Goku, or Yamcha, or anybody, but I thought he was more badass. I really, when I watched Dragon Ball for the first time, I was like, damn, Mercenary Tao is rad as hell. He was so cool. My favorite part, hands down, about this movie, though, was the amount of characters. The first two movies had, just your basic people. They were just Goku, Bulma, Yamcha, Oolong, Puar. I think I'm missing someone. Oh, Roshi. And it was just them for the first two movies, except for the exception of Krillin and Launch coming in movie 2. But this one had, like, Pilaf Gang. This one had General Blue. This one had Chaozu, Tien, Tao, Shen. It's got a bunch of people, and I really enjoyed that. I liked seeing everyone do stuff, and this one also had a Yamcha fight, so this one automatically gets like another half star because I like to see Yamcha fight. It's nice, it's always fun. But what surprised me the most was Arale, that's how I say it. She has this other manga by Toriyama. She's super strong, but she just came in the movie and she threw this big ass rock at Tao and was like boop, and then knocked him out of the sky, and then her and Goku teamed up to fight Tao, and it was so awesome. It's so fun for me to see that kind of stuff, because I watched all the Tao specials, like the one, I think there was one in the original, there was one in Z, and there was one in the Super, and the Super one was my favorite. I love that. That was hilarious. So, yeah, I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed Arale coming in, Arale, I don't care, the girl. Even though Tao is my favorite in the movie, like my favorite bowl in the movie, I also really enjoyed seeing the other characters, such as Tien, especially his nice moments with Chaozu. Those were very cute, like when Chaozu got a nightmare, and he's like, you don't have to call me Emperor, just please call me Chaozu, and then he's like, okay. He's like, okay, Chaozu. And they were like that, and I was like, oh, it's nice, because I like their friendship. It's nice, it's cute. It's like Yamcha and Puar, except, it's better written. Because Yamcha's kind of an asshole. I mean, like, he's my favorite character, but kind of an asshole, so what can you do? And of course, it's always nice to see Tien do his classic tri-beam cannon. Am I doing that right? It's like this, or it's like this. I don't know, I don't care. His tri-beam cannon, it's always awesome. So in all, I thought this was a very good series. I mean, it's not the best. It's not as good overall as the Super ones. I thought they were great. So, you know, give it a watch. If you watched the original series, you should watch it. It's pretty funny. It's nice. Well, 1 and 3 are. 2 is bad. So my friend, the True HQ, and another person who doesn't have a YouTube channel, we're going to watch all the Dragon Ball Z movies, and I don't know if they're going to watch Super movies with me. They can. They've all already seen them. So, you know, if you're watching this and you want to, sure, come on over. We'll watch them. So I'm going to split it into, there's 5 more parts. Yeah. So I'm going to split Dragon Ball Z into 3 parts. I'm going to split Super into 1 part, and I'm going to rank them all in my last part. So I think that'll be very fun to do, because it's a lot of movies. That's like 13, 14, 15, yeah, 19. There's 19. I'm going to review 19. That's a lot of movies. Wow. I might have to make it 7 parts. Oh, mama. So, yeah. I like the original Dragon Ball series. So I'm very excited to watch the Dragon Ball Z movies, because I've never seen them, and I hear a lot of people talk about them, like, either famously or infamously. Mostly infamously. I hear they're very bad, but oh well. I can't wait. So, see you all in the next episode when I review Dragon Ball Z movies 1 through 5. Peace out. I go this way, right? Yeah. Peace out.
Don't mind if I do!